your setup is really simple, but it works. Like when you're like, I don't wear makeup and you're talking and you've got and you can see that you're on your laptop. It's something, it's like, it's that simplicity that's so hard for people to achieve, but you guys did it so brilliantly. And I think that's why you've been able to be so successful during this time, because you guys really kind of like, you didn't try to make your show at home. You just were like, we're at home, let's make a show.
No, and that's the thing. I think that they've done a really good job. Even when I was in Montana, it was like, well, what the hell? How do we make that work? I'm like out in the middle of nowhere. And I think I have a crew, like I've been super blessed. Like they're very, like everyone can adapt. I think everyone's from like a different part of the industry where you've had to adapt, right. Whatever that is. And I don't know, I feel like anytime you ever, you try, like everybody was like, oh, are you going to do the whole thing without hair makeup? I'm like, well, yeah, because I don't do hair and makeup. So yeah, this is what's happening. Like, and I don't want to not be real, like in a time when obviously I can't have people over at my house right now. Mm-hmm. And I want to be me in it if everybody's going to be doing this. So I don't know. I'm just really lucky too, because my whole career I've had people being like, you have to do this, you have to be this, you have to fit into this. And I've had to fight every day to just be myself. And with this crew, I don't. And with the voice crew, I don't. I'm me, and it's awesome. It's fun.
I definitely know that feeling. I mean, it's constantly
especially like, I'm okay with this. I'm sorry you aren't.
Also, like, I think a lot of times people are thinking, they think that these are the steps to success. And they're like, we all just want to, get there together. And a lot of, people don't realize that, like, the one thing that you have that no one else has is you. And
exactly. You're the one that you're the unique thing. And I think everybody, we're all told, especially women in this industry, not to get all feminist on everybody, but with women like being told like, this is what happens and this is how you achieve success. And this is the blueprint for it. And I'm like, there's no blueprint. Everyone's blueprint is fresh. It's you. It's whatever your paths are, like whatever. But I think people are so afraid. I'm kind of super thankful I come from nothing because I've already had nothing. So I don't fear it. And I did fine. Like I was happy. Like, so I think a lot of people fear losing. And I just don't fear losing. I just like playing the game. I like playing, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when it comes to sports, like I enjoy. And when I don't enjoy it, peace out. Like,
right. The thing that, for me, the things that I valued the most are my family, my friends, my family and friends respect, my intelligence, my history, my everything, my education. And those are all things that no one can take away.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Like, if that's the most important thing, it's like, then nothing else is really that scary.
No, and I think it's not a lot of people come with that level of confidence or boldness though, because they weren't, for whatever reason, whatever's happened, somebody at one point, like I've met several people, I'm like, oh man, somebody told you weren't good enough and you believed them. Mm-hmm, like, and that's you believe the wrong people. And it's like, I've had plenty of people tell me I'm not good enough at a magnitude of things, like a multiple things, like, but I don't believe them. Like, I think that's the difference is really, listening to yourself rather than, but it's also like, people are so worried about being so successful. And it's like, what is that? It's relative, like, so it's, I don't know, but I'm very blessed.
I do have a strong sense of self, and I have
me too.
I know like what my values are. However, when you hear a lot about what success is, what beauty is, what talent is, all this stuff over and over, there are those times where it kind of clicks up in your head, and that confidence is questioned. So it is really important that there are more people like yourself that, I've been, throughout the years, I'd hear like, randomly might be a quote that you said that was about body positivity or how you felt about yourself or the music that you wanted to do. I'm not a musician, I'm not a singer, but like knowing that you were like, I'm going to do my kind of music. And maybe there's some comment that you'd made in some interview, and that sticks into my brain somewhere. So it's like when you hear, other people doing it and having that same point of view, it starts to help build up your own building blocks. So whenever you kind of take those little hits that are inevitable, you're able to kind of like look around and go, okay, wait, there are actually people who are doing it my way as well.
And just like what you said, when people start saying that stuff or near me, I've had a lot of artists that are near me that we just have different, visions of what life is in this industry and like what you're supposed to do or whatever. And it's fine because there's room for everybody in every kind of opinion. but it's also one of those things where it's like, I know you're miserable. Like, I know you're exhausted from keeping all that up. And sometimes it's, some people are a certain way and that's how they want to be. But sometimes, a lot of times I feel like they're not that way and they just feel like they have to be. And it's like, what possible success is worth that? Because we all have expiration dates. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to last forever.
Yeah, you're right. None of
Like,
us
we're
get out
all
of here alive.
replaceable. Yeah, it's like, so I don't know, but I feel like we have so much in common though in that sense.
I know,
like,
me too. But more than just one person, it's the world that we're in. So the microaggressions that are out there in the world, when you are watching a movie and you see a husband and a wife, and they're talking about some neutral topic, and the husband is paying bills or on his computer doing business, and the wife is putting dishes away or cooking,
yeah.
it goes into your brain in some small way that that's what men do and this is what women do. So later on, when you grow up and you go, how can I do it all? I don't feel like I can do it all. You feel guilty all the time. You feel like I can't be a good mom. I can't be a good businesswoman. I can't be a good friend. I can't be a good wife, mother. I mean, there's all these things. But a lot of times men don't stress about that because
and it's unfair to them as well though, because they're little boys watching all these movies and they
100%.
like that's what they're supposed to be doing. It's those little things that you don't think that matter really do.
Yeah, it works on both sides. When if you raise boys to believe in even the smallest, tiniest way that women are worth less than them, that will train them to treat women that way. And I don't believe that that's what humanly that we want to do. We want to, I do believe that we all want equality with everyone.
And no village will survive that. It will crumble.
100%. And I think there's so many, it's really important for us, especially as women, especially as a minority woman, to do everything we can to open doors and then also hold them open for the next generation to come through. Yeah. It's not enough for us to just get through the door. We got to hold that door open.
100%. I know you still do martial arts, but I saw these videos and I don't know, like, let's see, oh my gosh. Look at your kick. Look at that. What?
Yeah.
You should be a superhero. Again, you should do some superhero stuff.
That's my fight trainer from X-Men Academy.
I know. I was gonna say. I said again. I was like, we've already done that.
This is when I learned to fight with a sword.
Did you just wink?
What?
In that video, it looks like you do this whole thing and then you wink at the camera. You're like, yeah.
Because it probably took me like 20 times to get it, and I kept messing up, and finally I got it at the end, and probably was like, okay.
You're so cool. You might be the coolest person I know with this.
Oh my. Kelly, that means so much coming from you. You're the coolest person I know.
I want to be able to do that and then look up just so effortlessly with my wink.
I'll teach you that. That's really easy. I actually think I have that sword here. Hold on. I think I have that sword.
Do you? They let you keep stuff like that, or did you take it? I do. I mean, okay, here's the real question, Olivia. Did they let you keep that, or did you just take it?
Well, here Disney bought Fox. I don't think they're going to come look for my sword.
They're like, there was a merger. It was that nobody knew, so I just took it. That's so cool. Wait, so will you show me something?
So this is, I don't hit anything.
Okay, I love that you're in a dress doing
this. This is how I have to take my rings off too.
So it's just all on your wrist? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, so I'm flicking with my wrist. Like this, and you open up with your hand, so it's like this.
Yeah.
So then you want to go like this, and then you're gonna.
I would have cut myself by now. Yeah. And you're in like this beautiful hippie sundress, just looking like badass. I can't stand you.
I can teach you this. This is a really fun thing to.
You are literally my spirit animal. Like I want to you. I can't wait. Can you show me anything simple, like right now?
Simple.
I don't know.
Well, it's hard not to have anybody here to like show you or to do it on.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I could because.
Well, then that just means you're gonna have to come into the studio and do it.
Oh my God, I will teach you in the studio like a couple moves that would be able to take any grown man down for real.
I really want to know that.
it's really smart, and smart for your kids to learn how to do those things too, you know?
Absolutely. Like I said, I'm not kidding. I want to get them into some kind of martial arts. Like, what would you suggest if they were going to go in, if they've never done anything and they're young?
I did TKD, which is Taekwondo, or Jiu-Jitsu. Taekwondo is really great because it's a lot of form, and it can be boring at the first because you have to learn all these forms, but I think that's so good for kids. Like, I think about this all the time, like going to church as a kid. You go to church as a kid growing up in Texas? I had
Regardless if you wanted to or not, by the way.
I know. And so nowadays when I'm sitting there, like if you're at somewhere like some presentation or something, or even a meeting when you just don't want to sit there.
Yeah.
I have that muscle memory, like I can do this. I can just sit here, you know, I'm miserable, and just kind of like, cause it gets so boring sometimes in like churches. You just sit, you know, so if you're a kid too, you're sitting there so restless. So I think like, you know, Taekwondo, there's a lot, the better you get, the more active it gets. But in the beginning, it's really good for your kids to learn how to just be disciplined and do things that are really simple over and over and over again. And then jujitsu is really great because jujitsu, it basically use somebody's body against them, their own body weight and their strength. So like if you can have a little girl take down a big guy by just understanding how the body moves and stuff.
Oh my gosh, I can't. I've already brought it up to both of them, and they were both excited because they see any kind of, you know, X-Men, Superman, like any kind of the hero thing. And my son literally just walks around my house. He's like 4, and he's just like, whoa, whoa, and he just like does this all over the place. He does turns, and then he'll break into ballet. I don't know, it's weird. It's awesome.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, he's very multifaceted.
That's awesome though.
Well, I am so impressed by that. I seriously, at some point, you're gonna have to come and we can see humans and have interaction and teach moves. Okay.
Yeah, I will for sure.